They perform under the bright lights on the field, court, and track. When they aren't wearing the Marywood colors across their chest, they're the smiling faces in the classroom. But there's so much more to these Pacers. Welcome to the Student Athlete Spotlight, presented by the Woodward. I'm your host, Vincent Goldschmidt, and alongside me, I have Jack Baronski. Jack, how you doing today?
Pretty good. Not too bad. Nice day out.
So why don't you start with a little bit about you, where you're from, what you do here at Marywood.
So I'm an environmental science major. It's actually a long story, though. I switched majors a bunch of times, and now I'm actually doing physical therapy after post-grad. So I'm just taking like the prereqs and stuff, getting that all sorted out. So it's kind of a big thing. But yeah, so PT's the main line right now.
So why did you pick Marywood?
Mostly the small class size. I really liked that, how it was like similar to high school, like in that sense. I liked how close it is to home. I live only like 10 minutes away, 15 minutes away. So that's pretty good. And yeah, I feel like that's the best two parts about it. Save a little money,
So you said you had switched majors a couple of times. What did you originally come here for, and then what did you switch to after that?
So I started off with marketing, and I just didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do coming out of high school, so I just figured marketing would be the best bet, just judging by my like interests and stuff in high school. And then I realized it kind of wasn't the right fit, and I switched to finance. And then I was kind of like, I don't know. I kind of want to, separate from the whole business thing and go to the sciences. And so I went to environmental science. And actually, that year when I switched to environmental science, I had a pretty rough injury in my Achilles. And it was preventing me from, running cross country and track. And it was over the summer. And so I went to this PT place. It's a local place, Impact Physio, and I went there, and it kind of just changed my whole course on like what I actually wanted to do. Like just going there and seeing the way that everything was run, it was just really inspiring, and I honestly, it changed the course of my career path, and yeah, I've been following PT ever since. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
So obviously, you've racked up a ton of awards here. First Team All-Conference, Marywood Mayor Athlete of the Year, Atlantic East Runner of the Year. But I found out that wasn't the sport you started with. I found out that you also played football and wrestled. So why don't you tell me a little bit about both those points in your life when you were playing those two sports, and then also how did you transition from those two to getting into track and cross country so much?
Yeah, so back in high school and middle school, I was mostly just, football, wrestling. Those were the main two sports that I was doing. And then I got involved in track a little bit, but it wasn't like a main thing. And then what happened was, like freshman year of high school, I was still, kind of all in on the football thing. And everyone around me was just getting better. They were getting faster. They were getting, bigger. And I was still 100 pounds. So yeah, like I did not really fit in on that team, skill-wise at least. And so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go all in on cross-country here and just see what I can do and kind of use it as like an endurance boost for wrestling. And I fit in on the team so well, like I'd still have all my friends from the cross-country team. Some of my best memories were on that team. So, yeah, I just joined the team thinking that I would, use it as like an endurance thing, and then turned out to be, my main sport. After just a couple months, I was like, you know what, I don't even really need to do wrestling. Like, this is great.
So you mentioned that from the cross-country team you had some of your best memories and met some of your better friends, one of them being Ian Kovac.
Oh, yeah.
And I had mentioned earlier that, I was looking for when I was doing research for you, I struggled to find some things. So I reached out to Ian, and he gave me a bunch of good tidbits. Some that we can't ask on here. But the one that he really emphasized, and I knew I was going to ask it coming in, was there's a song about you.
Jack, come back. Yeah, I miss your face.
Jack, come back.
My God.
And now when we interviewed Ian, he was hysterically laughing. He thought it was the greatest thing ever. So I want to get it from your side. What do you think about Jack Come Back?
Oh, my God. I can go on and on, but I don't even know. It was good song, but I don't know. That's all I got for that. No comment.
Okay. So since you've started here, the track and cross country teams have both found a ton of success. I believe since you've started here, it's been 3 straight conference championships won, and they won the 2 years prior to you coming here.
Yep.
So is it the coaching? Is it the runners? The team morale? What is it that makes both of those teams so successful?
A lot of it comes down to the way that our team views running in general. Like, I feel like a lot of the time it's not really focused on one person. It's pretty spread out. Like, I was just talking to my buddy Bryce Ryder. He's on the team, and he was saying how something that I can really familiarize myself with. He talks about when he gets into like the end of a race, the main thing that he's focusing on is not himself, it's the rest of the team. Like, where's the rest of the team going to place? Like, I fill a role in this, you know what I mean? Like, if I do poorly, then I'm going to be letting the rest of my team down. And I think that's the main thing that drives us past a lot of other teams. There's such a team camaraderie there that I feel like it kind of holds a lot of teams back, but I think we definitely have it.
We'll move away from specifically while you're running and team morale. Let's talk a little bit about you. Leading up to a race, what does your pregame meal look like?
Oh, that's a good question. All right, let's see here. Like race day or a couple?
Yeah,
things?
Race day. So you're getting ready. You're getting ready to hop on the bus. What are you eating before you hop on the bus?
Okay, all right. So race day, I wake up. I'll have coffee right off the bat. Just doesn't matter what's in it. I never have black coffee, though. It's just, some milk, some sugar. I call it that. And then big pancake. Straight up big pancake. Got to get the carbs in. And then 4 eggs, always. Four eggs and a pancake.
Any method to the madness or just cause?
I've been doing it for a while, but I think the main thing is just carbs. Like carbs and protein, just topping off the rest of your sources there.
Gotcha. That's
literally just it, but
it
tastes good. So.
And then the next question I have, so you're on the bus, you're getting ready to walk off, get ready, you're doing your stretches. What is the last song you're listening to before you start running?
Oh, these are good questions. Let's see.
Is it not Jack Come Back?
No,
I would get fired up if
definitely
if that was my pre-race song.
That would probably be the last song I put on. Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight.
Phenomenal.
That's such a good one, and it's underrated, I think, too. So,
what is your favorite Marywood memory from both an athletic standpoint and then just being at Marywood overall?
I'd probably say regionals last year in cross country. We were actually the last team out of at the national race, so we were so close to beating a couple of those teams. Like, it's a committee that ranks us basically, and the committee basically just thought that we were the last team out. But I think it's my favorite memory because it kind of, as a team, Marywood has never really been in that position in third place in the region. We're competing with teams like Hopkins and Carnegie, and I think that it was cool to kind of poke our nose in there and be like, all right, we can actually be involved in this conversation, like with these two behemoths, you know what I mean? And so I think that's pretty cool because we're just a bunch of random guys that just kind of came together and just, we're going to try and go against all these people. But yeah, I'd say that's my favorite athletic memory.
How about your favorite memory from a non-athletic perspective?
Non-athletic perspective, I would probably say this was in 2022, 2023. We went, it was me and a couple of buddies. During spring break, we went to Shenandoah National Park, and we just went on a bunch of hikes there. We slept out in the wilderness. That was really fun. I was in a hammock, and we obviously we're broke college kids, so we don't have a lot of money. So we just brought like Cliff Bars and like mac and cheese, and I was like cooking on the fire with like just a pot, like making mac and cheese. So that's what I was living on for that time. But
that's pretty cool.
It's actually pretty fun, yeah.
All right, so with you being in your senior year, what are some of the things you hope to achieve post-graduation and plan on achieving after graduation?
So, just from an academic standpoint, I'd like to go to grad school, obviously, for PT. Athletically, I'd say, running is a sport where, like, you could just kind of, it doesn't really, you don't need to do it, professionally or anything like that, or, like, it's not really like you need a football field to do it. You could just go outside, put some shoes on, and run. So, I definitely want to continue doing that, just from a health standpoint.
Jack, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course, brother. That's all for this edition of the Student Athlete Spotlight presented by the Woodward. Make sure to check out everything the Woodward has to offer by checking out the website. Make sure to like and follow the YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. I'm Vincent Goldschmidt, and as always, go Pacers.